Chelsea Handler, it has been as long as it's been for a lot of us to see other people. Welcome back. Nice to see you. You look fantastic. You're beaming, you're smiling. Everything's going. Is that good for a comedian? Everything's going well?
Well, I think it's important to remain upbeat. If you want to spread joy, laughter, and good vibrations, it's important to be in a good mood when you can.
When you can.
Yes.
I was saying earlier that thinking back to when you were working at E! And then you went on to streaming services and you were on cable, but streaming services must be the greatest invention for comedians.
How so?
Because you have more places where you can push the envelope to do material that maybe you couldn't have done in other places 10 years ago.
Oh, well, yeah, for sure. You can use language and you can, produce content that you can't, use on your morning show, for instance, on an early morning radio show that is family friendly. And I don't forget that. I don't take that lightly. So
do you have to remind yourself before you come on, okay, this is the family friendly Chelsea Handler?
Yeah, I have a whole list of words right on my computer that are crossed out that I can't say.
Would you ever host a family friendly show?
I mean, as a joke, probably. That would be funny. It would be a funny challenge if I had to host a show like that and then I just got fined every time I slipped up.
Yeah, that does happen. So when you have been in this situation we've all been in for the last year and a half or so, did that feed material and feed creativity and feed writing, or was it the opposite for you?
Well, at the beginning, it was a big energy suck. It was just like, oh my God, this is so depressing. Everything that was happening, it kind of took the joy and light and laughter out of me. And then after it went on for so long, you just get to a period where you're like, okay, I'm in charge of turning this around, right? Like I've got to make the good use of this time, not just sit around and do mushrooms in my house all day long, which is what I would prefer to do. So then I just, I got really focused on being fit and getting into shape because there was nothing else to do. And then I got really focused on my stand-up and really being ready to come out of this and be one of the reasons that people come together for the first time in large groups, so I wanted to be able to go on tour as soon as this was over and just talk about everything that we've all been through for the last year and, make it fun and make it joyful and make it a celebration to be back together again.
And the theme then, the tour is called Vaccinated and Horny, Sissany, Tanya.
That makes a lot of sense.
Everybody. The theme inspired by everything that we have been through.
Yeah, I mean, it was a very hard time if you're a single person, which I am. I mean, I've never been more confident about my decision-making skills, about remaining childless and alone as I had during the pandemic. I was just patting myself on the back every other day. I'm like, you know what word I'll never have to say? Homeschooling. So I was pretty psyched about it. And then when I realized it was going to go on and on, for months or interminably, I was like, okay, well, I'm going to have sex at some point, So what I did was I had these COVID tests at my house. They were called Q Health. And I would invite guys over. They'd sit in my backyard for their 20-minute audition where I would interview them. I'd administer the COVID test as soon as they arrived. And it takes 20 minutes to get the results. And during that time, if they said anything I found annoying or offensive, like, I don't think masks work, then I would just come right back out and say, you're positive. You've got to go.
Genius.
I feel like she's being serious.
I am.
That's the thing you can't say.
I feel like you're being serious.
I am.
So coming out of this, though, do you think it's a blessing to be single?
Yeah, I mean, I always think it's a blessing to be single because I'm pretty independent and I like to have fun, but I'm not married to the idea of being with someone. I never have been. So I think this is, going around the country and being able to go on tour and do this is an opportunity also to meet people. I'm like that. I want regular people around me. I want to know what the pulse is, how people are feeling and have my finger on the pulse of what's going on. And there's no better way to do that than to be on the road. My first big show is at the Santa Barbara Bowl. Like, how psyched am I to do that?
Amazing.
Yeah, that's August 21st. And then I'm just going around the country and we're going to be adding more dates. And I just think it's the best way to come out of this, especially for someone like me who needs to, emote and embrace people and just kind of touch on what we're all kind of feeling, which is everyone's just so sick of it.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
two things from this. Number one, people are excited to get out, get together, and share a laugh and not give a you know what about being together. So you can see Chelsea Vaccinated and Horny Tour.
I just love
on
that you
sale.
have to say horny.
I don't have to, but I'm choosing
I
to
like
call
that he
it by
has to
its
say
name.
it too.
Matter of fact, it's not even called that. She just fed that information to us. It's tickets are on sale now, chelseahandler.com. And the other thing is, you know, maybe, not that you'd want to do this because you're busy, but wouldn't it be great to have Chelsea, when we're away, host a family-friendly morning show and see how that,
Oh my
see how that
gosh.
goes?
Yes.
See how the FCC handles that?
Oh
I
my
think
God, you guys, they would be on red alert all the time. When I used to do E, remember, they would have all the legal people after every episode. I'd have to argue with them about saying this word or that word. Can I say this? You
Really?
can say this, but you can't say that. So yeah, it would be a hot mess for me to host a morning show.
Yeah, you don't want to go back to arguing again. That's not so fun. Hey, I
no.
love seeing you. So happy that you're in that great space and you're getting out on the road. And stay in touch, Chelsea. Take good care.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Take care,
That'd be
Ryan.
fun. Bye-bye, Chelsea. That'd be fun to
Bye.
see in Santa Barbara too, huh?